Hello, 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 everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us today. This is going to be so great. I'm so excited for this time, and we have some amazing, interesting, fun ladies today. We're going to have a nice conversation with these singles. So I'm going to go ahead and bring them. Actually, I'm gonna play a clip, and then after this clip, then I'm going to bring everybody on and let them introduce themselves. So let's get to this video clip. Let's see if I can. Let me find it here. Oh Lordy, where is it? Oh, Lord, don't tell me I don't see the clip. Okay, here we go.
Okay, so I am a single mom to a beautiful 6-year-old daughter, and it's kind of hard finding a good man.
Okay.
But I recently have my eyes on one of her teachers. Now, he seems to have all of the qualities that I look for. You know, he has a good, stable job, he's handsome, and of course, he's good with kids. But I really haven't had a chance to get any information. So I don't know if he's married, I don't know if he's dating. We have a parent-teacher Christmas mixer coming up in a few weeks, and I'm thinking of using that event to get the 411. So
Yeah.
my question is, how can I go about getting his attention without seeming crazy and desperate?
Okay, first thing you need to do is them pictures that was up here, go over her and get her black dressed. That's the start. And I think this is a perfect plan for you. How old do you think he is?
40.
40. You can't possibly think that this man that you find so handsome, perfect with kids, you cannot think you're the only person who feels that way. At 40 years old, how has he escaped the piercing eye of every other woman at the school, at the church, on the bus, in the teacher lounge?
Right.
So let's go in assuming he's seeing someone, because he is. There is no viable, valid, virile 40-year-old man sitting somewhere by himself trying to figure it out.
That's true.
He is seeing someone. Have you seen a wedding ring on him?
No rings, no rings.
He is not married, but he is seeing someone. Now, act like a lady, think like a man. Game on. Game on. You may be seeing someone, and I'm going to assume that you are, but I'm going to present to you another option. I am going to let you see what you could get. I'm going to make you imagine what you can have. That's the approach you have. If every woman understood that, let him see what he can get, but make him imagine what he can have. The hunter in us is triggered by that. And if you can delay the giving away of the cookie, the more invested we are in the hunt. Because now the cookie has value to it. So since you value it, we then have to value it even more.
Right.
Ta-da! Next Christmas, y'all probably be engaged.
Okay, that okay, that was a very interesting clip. That was a little question that this young lady had. I thought it was very good and just a little something funny. So I'm going to bring the ladies on one at a time. They're going to introduce themselves and then we're going to get to it. Okay, so first we have Becky. Hello, Rebecca. Unmute yourself.
Oh, wait.
Unmute it.
I thought I did. I'm
There
so
you go.
sorry.
Huh?
Hi, I'm so excited for this conversation tonight. And I'm Becky, aka Rebecca. I'm originally from Virginia, but I currently live in LA. I'm 31 years old and I've been single for quite a while. So I feel like this conversation is absolutely timely and perfect, and I'm ready to dive in.
That's awesome. Okay. Next we have Pamela. Hello, Pamela. Unmute yourself. You're muted too.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Pam. I'm from Bronx, New York. I am a divorcee and I am enjoying singleness in God. And we're going to see how this is going to go. It's going great. Good conversation. And I'm excited.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Next we have Jacqueline. Hello.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
How's everybody doing? I'm
Great.
Jacqueline, and you can call me Jackie. And I am divorced. Been divorced for quite some time, and I'm like Pam, enjoying being single, but open to a relationship. But if it doesn't happen, I'm okay too. And I'm looking forward to the conversation today.
That's good. Good. Okay. Next we have Rain. Unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi. Hi, everyone. My name is Ray.
Hello.
Hi. I am 31. I'm single. It's cool, but I definitely have goals of being married one day. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yes. Okay. And next we have Amelia. Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. My name's Armelia. I've been married before, now divorced, and been single for quite a while, and looking forward to hear what everybody has to say.
That's good. That's good. All right. Did anybody have anything you want to say about that clip that we watched first before we get started? I don't know if you remember. I thought it was pretty cool. Steve Harvey.
It was good. Good information.
Yeah. Good information.
Yes.
And he told her game on. So what y'all think about that? Even though y'all think he dating somebody, but he was like, hey, no ring, so you're good. Yeah.
That's Steve.
Maybe. That's Steve. I know. That's Steve. All right.
I really think people shouldn't automatically assume somebody's dating somebody unless you actually ask that question, because I feel like that's why I haven't had a date in years, because people probably think I'm already dating somebody.
Right.
Yeah. And for real, the ring thing doesn't mean much either, because you can take that off.
Exactly.
But
we don't wear rings.
Nowadays.
People don't wear rings today.
That's true. They don't wear them like they used to.
Yeah, they don't.
All right. So let's just get into this conversation. Okay. So
Yes.
as a young girl, when you all were growing up, you know how we're doing, we're little girls, did you ever envision, like, what was your vision for yourself? Was it like a career, to be a career woman, or was it to be a housewife married with children, or did you want to do both?
I'll start. For me, I wanted to have a career. I wanted to be a psychiatrist. And then I said, oh, I want to be a nurse because I have the nurturing in me. But I didn't really think about marriage and kids till later on. After many years later, you figure, okay, I think I'm ready. You grow, you learn, your standards everything is different. You set the tone. I moved from a different state from my family. And then I said, you know what? I think I'm ready. And I enjoy marriage. So we'll see. We'll see what's out there. Right now, I'm like one of the ladies said, I'm open. No games, but I am open to dating and learning something new. And the dating game is not like how it used to be. It is a whole different ball game.
That's true.
Whole different.
Yes. Anybody else? No. Okay. Because oh, go ahead. I don't want to cut nobody off.
Oh.
Okay. I was just going to say, because you know how society says that women, I was, reading as I was doing my research, and it says women want a husband and some kids, a house, a happy life, and true love. But, that's not every woman's desire, because I know, Oprah, she says she chooses to stay single. So that's, that's just her statement. I choose to stay
she's got a man.
Yeah, she got statement.
She chooses to stay single, but she's got a man.
A man and no commitment.
She doesn't want to share
commitment.
Tis true. Tis true.
Okay. A little different.
It is a little different.
A little different. Yeah.
So what do you all value most in a relationship?
Well, I'll go first with that. I think, I've been married before. Like I said, I find that I value first their understanding or their their understanding and commitment to being, trustworthy, and that they understand what commitment is. That's important to me. Because if they don't know what commitment is or the definition, then we're not going to work, because I don't want to see somebody who wants to see everybody else. And I mean, I know in the beginning it won't be that way, but I'm just not interested. And then I like someone who knows where they're going. I don't want to have to raise anyone or give somebody some passion or give them a direction. I want to be full grown and, having their own desires. I don't mind helping, but I don't want to be or tell you who to be. I want us to grow together and to us both be, interested in moving in a particular way, know what we want to do, and us accomplishing those things together. My children are grown, so I don't want that.
That's right. Yes.
Self, friendship, as cliche as that sounds, I want to like the person.
Yeah.
We have fun together. Like, life is hard already. So I think what I value most in any kind of relationship is like the ability to enjoy each other's company together.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm going to say open, honest. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you can go.
Okay.
Open, honest, trustworthy communication is the key.
Yeah.
You have to be able to communicate, even when you're having hard time, difficult conversation. I want you to be able to trust God, and He will give you discernment and the right words to say. Know how to be calm when you're speaking with me. Be kind. Choose your words wisely. So think before you speak, because that doesn't matter. Friendship is a very good thing to have. And I was family oriented, because we are big on family. Our family is big. We have prayer, God-fearing family, and I would like someone that be able to share that with me in common. So that matters to me.
That's good.
And one man, no, like the other lady said, I want date one person. I want to get to know you, not you dating multiple people, because it makes it hard. Because if you're dating 4 or 5 people, I'm dating 3 and 4 people, it's hard to get to know who's the right one.
That's
Because
okay.
it's confusing. So we will see. That's all I have to say. Open and honest and communication. I like to communicate.
Yes. Okay. Rebecca, you can go.
Yeah, I definitely what everyone else said, like all the different, but also for me, my faith, because faith is very, very important to me. And I feel like if we're not like meshing together, like faith wise, and like how we view God, how we view certain things in the future when it comes to raising our kids and things like that, like that's a deal breaker to me. So I feel like we definitely have to be like this when we're walking together in our faith.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I will just add quickly. I'm agreeing with what everybody said. First for me is faith, honesty, trust, and all of the above.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah. Is chivalry, do y'all think chivalry is still out there? I know some, you don't see it a lot.
It's not dead, but it's rare. I mean, I've
Very
met
rare.
very chivalrous, but people are not being raised that way anymore. So
Wow.
I think the older men still are, though, because I mean they're still old school. Yeah,
That's
the younger
out there.
ones
some.
probably
That is
different.
open.
Yeah. Wow.
I think for the most part, men, well, not all of them, but I think for the most part, men kind of follow a woman's lead. So as far as chivalry is concerned, I've seen in the same man both sides. And I think I've noticed that it kind of depends on how I act or how I carry myself, like allowing him to step up really like kind of makes him step up. But if I'm kind of not aggressive, but if I can do stuff by myself, or I don't need this, I don't need that, then I find that he kind of like leans back. So I don't think it's dead, but I do think it's kind of like dependent upon the kind of relationship that the two of you have.
Yeah.
I agree. You have to make it a requirement. So if you're going on a date and you just open the door yourself, you can expect him to just say, okay, what are you standing there for? If you stand there long enough and you require him to open the door, bring flowers, you have to sort of kind of train him how you want to be treated, if that makes sense. If you want him to open the door, don't just jump in the car and don't wait for him to blow the horn. Have some type of standards and respect. You can ring my doorbell. You're going to open the door. You have to require that.
Mm-hmm.
Because some men just think a lot of women are so independent and so strong. We just open the door, we buying the groceries, we doing everything on our own because mainly some of us had to do it. But we have to relax and let the man be the leader. Let him open the door. It's okay that he open the door. If it rains, he can stand in the rain. He can get wet. He can open the door. If he really into you, he would do that. But
That's
you have to
good.
require it. Don't open the door like Steve Harvey said, then you don't go. Go back in the house. It's okay. Watch a
Mm-hmm.
movie or something. But require those standards that you open the door for me because I deserve it.
That's good. That's
Yes,
good.
I have hands, but those are requirements. I want chivalry's not dead unless you want it to be dead. You
Mm-hmm.
want flowers, you want him to hold the door, you want him to be respectful. You have to carry yourself that way.
That's
And then
good.
he'll be like, oh, she's a different type of woman. Yes, I'm not going to run because you're blowing the horn or you're texting me, I'm outside. What does that mean?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, you just have to you have to know what you want.
That's
If you
true.
know you want him to open the door, you just stand there. Why, baby, why you standing there? Oh, I'm waiting for you to open the door.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just walk him through how you want to be treated. And he'll
Walking
stand there.
through it.
Oh, you want me to open the door? Yes, please open the door. He will open the door, and he'll after a while he'll pick up on it. Some
Pick
of
up.
them do, some of them don't. But it's
Mm-hmm.
up to you to decide if you want to take it any further than that. But you're gonna open the door because I'm gonna be nice and cordial, respectful, and carry myself as a lady, and require that.
That's good. Yeah, I was looking at some of the comments, and most of the people were saying, "Yeah, it's rare, it's rare," and yeah, and it is, it is.
Very
So,
rare.
yeah. So, do you all have a list of non-negotiables when it comes to dating or getting to know a man? Like, what's your red flag when
Whew.
you get someone?
One of y'all ladies can go first.
I was trying to see what I wrote down.
Or if you have any red flags, or
Oh yes.
let's see, who's gonna go
Well, I'll
first?
just go ahead and say what I thought.
Mhm.
My red flag is if he doesn't have a relationship with God. That's my first red flag because I want him to be stronger than I am. I want someone that's gonna be a leader in my household. I don't want to lead my household. The man is supposed to be head over the house. So that's my red flag.
Okay. Okay.
I agree with Jacqueline. You got to have a higher source, and his name is Jesus. You got to be able to, when we have a hard times, you got to be able to pray us out of that situation. You just
Mhm.
can't call mama. You got to be the man. The man is the head. He's the leader. You can do it, and we can do this together. Because I'm a strong, God-fearing woman. You're a strong, God-fearing man, and you'll be able to pray us out that situation. Have to be a strong leader. Have
Mm-hmm.
to be.
Okay, that's good.
I'll go next.
Anybody else? Uh-huh.
I think, well, no, definitely for me, having a relationship with God. That's probably my big. I definitely want my husband to have a relationship with God. Another, just not having anger management, not being in control of his anger. That's a red flag for me. And I think those two are my top. I feel like most other things can be fixed with the relationship with God, but that's definitely number one.
Okay, that's good.
There's another thing, disrespect.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah, that was a
Disrespect
comment.
is on. I saw that, and
Mhm.
you have to have a relationship. Not have to, but I prefer you have a relationship with your mom. Because if you respectful toward your mom and have some type of relationship with your mom, that
Mhm.
sets the tone for me how you would treat women. Most of the time, not all the time. But if you have some men that don't never speak to their mom, they can go to the supermarket and cross paths, and that's my mom, and that's a problem with me because something is not right. Not saying the mom did anything or he did anything. Let's
Mhm.
find out what's going on so y'all can mend that brokenness. And that's
Okay,
a red flag. I don't want brokenness in the relationship.
that's good.
He
Okay.
has to. He has to come whole. I'm a whole woman. I need a whole man. No brokenness.
All right,
Got to heal first. Got to heal.
that's good. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Seeing what kind of comments? Okay. All right. So, do you feel it's okay? This was a hot topic. I heard TD Jakes preach something about this. Do you feel it's okay for a Christian woman to get into a relationship with an unbeliever while believing that God will save him? What's your thoughts about that?
Absolutely not.
Okay. You say no. Okay. All right.
I thought y'all would chip in, but I can add some more to that.
No, that's
I know some cases. I know of at least one case where, well, this was even a man that was in church, and the lady thought that he was on the same page as she was, and she found out after she got into the marriage that he wasn't, and the marriage didn't last because of that. So even a person in church, you have to be sure that y'all are on the same page. So someone outside the church, you got all kinds of doors open with that. So yeah, I wouldn't touch that.
Okay.
Yeah, because it makes it hard. You're not equally yoked. You see things different from the godly people, see things different from the worldly people. So that's why it's going to be very hard. I'm not saying that because I've seen relationships. Not saying that they happy, not saying it lasts, but no telling what's going on. It's probably harder to handle the situation versus if you're equally yoked, you can handle it different. He'll handle you different. Because when God is in the midst of it, it's different. It's just different than being with somebody in the world. The understanding is way different. And so it's off.
Okay. All right.
So
Good.
it's off.
Who else?
So
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead,
I
Jackie.
just think I need to differentiate between so in a relationship and just meeting someone, two different things. So I have expectations of everybody I meet, but my expectation of the man I'm gonna be with is different than the one I just meet because all of us have brokenness, all of us have things that need to be healed. Sometimes people are brought into your life, and yes, they're supposed to stay in your life. And other times you are to bring healing and you bring wholeness, and they may get saved. And maybe they're your man, and maybe they're not. Somebody could be in the church and be loving God and still not the man for you, because being equally yoked is not just about being Christian. It's about, being on the same level in different things in your Christianity, because maybe your ministries are not kindred. Maybe there's something else that's different. So we need to understand it's not just being saved that makes you marry somebody. It needs to be some other things that are on the same level, because two people can be in church and not be the people for each other, not the person God called you to be with or the person who's going to match your ministry. But I don't think that a person who, I get in a relationship, I should be with someone who doesn't love God for me to try to save him, because we can't save people. We're nobody's savior.
That's right.
I don't think people should be thrown away because they're not, but I just know I wouldn't marry a man who wasn't in Christ. I would not. But I wouldn't think that because when I first met him, that he wouldn't end up in Christ or even end up being because I have an example. I have a brother-in-law who was straddling the fence, who's now a pastor, who wasn't where he was when she met him, but he became that person. So we had to be careful about when we meet people. I just know that we just have to have standards. I have a standard that I won't, like, if you think that you bought me over, with a box of chicken or a plate of spaghetti and, we went out and you think I'm supposed to take you home, then I know you're not for me. If you think that, there's something I'm supposed to do, you want me to drink, you want me to, you cursing, that kind of stuff. I wouldn't like that because I know some cursing Christians. So, it's about the standard for me, and about, I just seek God about what is my place in the person's life that I meet. Because sometimes, it's to influence. Sometimes it's to be in a relationship. Sometimes you'll meet somebody, they get saved. They're not the person for you though, but you have an effect on their lives. I just ask, I want God to show me I've always asked God to let me know spirit to spirit when the person I'm with is the man for me. Because that's the way you're going to know. Because because they still MAN, no matter who they are. They men. And they irritate. I'm just, listen, they just irritate me. So you got to know whether or not how much irritation you willing to put up with. If you, if you're going to be with them, because they're going to get on your nerves.
Right.
But, we just got to be careful about, those things. I just think it's important to know what stage of the game you're in. Because I know we're all talking probably from the marriage perspective, but we're talking about, we're single. If we're not dating, we're not going to be in that serious place at the first time you meet somebody. You got to give them a shot to know who they are before you condemn them, because you got to clean a fish to eat it. So I'm just trying to say. So, anywho, that's just me.
That's good. That's good.
Sorry.
That's okay.
That's good.
As I said, I don't want to say I kind of side with Jackie, but in a similar way, I was in a relationship with someone who was of another faith. And I did believe, I was like, God's going to change him. Like, everything else seemed to be like perfect. And I talked to my mom about the situation like all the time. And I'll say, I think getting into this relationship actually drew me closer to God. Like, I don't think I've been in my word so much ever. So I think as with someone, God you have to give that over to God completely. And I do think he wants us to not be unequally yoked. But I feel like all things work together for our good. And so I think if we are found in a situation where we're trying to figure out if this man is the one for us, I think diving deep into the word, staying in prayer, keeping people around you and hold you accountable and pray for you will actually take you to another level in God. And I feel like ultimately that'll bring you closer to whoever it is God has for you. So I'm still praying for him. We're not in a relationship anymore, but I will say that I'm so glad that I didn't write him off because of the difference in religion, because I feel like both of us like big time. Right?
Good. Okay. Good. All right. So I read this quote by Jackie Hill Perry. I don't know if you're all familiar with her, but she's in ministry now. But she said she was talking about more like what Jackie was saying, because there are different, whether you get to know somebody and whether that person is really going to be in your life. But she said, if you have the faith that God will save this unbeliever that that you want to be with, she said, why not have the same faith to believe that God can also provide you with someone that's already saved? That was a quote that she, and I thought, okay, that is interesting. I don't believe that you gonna save this one. And sometimes he will, but sometimes you waste a little bit of time right there instead of because God gonna bring you somebody. He can bring you somebody that's already there, already saved, already loving him. Right. Yes, I thought that was a good quote by her. I read. All right, that's good. So, I don't want to cut nobody off. Okay, so do you think it's hard to meet your mate as you get older, or could that be that as you get a little older, you stop living the vibrant life or the fun life, or you stop going places or going in those places to meet those people? What do y'all think? Because they say, in school it's easy. When you're in high school, when you're in college, you meet people because you're there every day. But then as you get older, then you go to work, you come home, you wait. You go to church, you come home, you wait.
Yeah, I think as you get older, it is harder. It's easier when you're younger because you don't have responsibility, your standards, you're not in the right mind frame. Some young people, so they're moving reckless. They're just going around having fun here and there. As you get older, you have responsibility, your mind changes, your walk, just things are shifting. They're just different. You grow up, you get married, you have kids. So things are a whole lot different from when you're younger. You don't have any of those responsibility. Some of those, you can go anywhere you want to go. You don't have to worry about paying bills. You don't have to worry about anything. So it's easy to jump in and out of relationship when you're younger because you meet people, you're outgoing. As you get older, some of us set in our ways. We go to church, we go to dinner with our family. It's just, for me, it's just different. It's easier when you're younger for those reasons for me, just some of them.
Okay.
I will say it's not always easy for me. Being younger, I grew up in the church. I got saved when I was 7. And honestly, all my friends, we all struggled finding relationships. And then sometimes we kind of was dating around, and then it's like, oh, that's not the one. Just because guys nowadays, they don't have, it's just different with guys these days. Some of it's maturity level, it's how they respond, if they have daddy issues, if you have daddy issues too. It's like so much now that I know a lot of people who are like 20, 21, 22, like even like being in church, there's a group of guys that are their age, and I'm like, well, they're too young for me, but even them, they're like, yeah, I can't date them because they're just not there mature wise. Like they could be over here, because I think a lot more younger people are having to pay for their own bills and do a lot more stuff and responsibility. So I feel like it's harder. It really is a lot harder nowadays.
Okay. So I think that for me, I think it's only hard for me older because I don't do what I used to do. When I was younger, I dated a lot of people. I dated a lot of people after I got divorced. I dated a lot of, never had a problem dating ever. Probably wouldn't have a problem now if I just didn't care, but I just care. Because I don't go anywhere. Like, I used to go different places, and some places I don't go anymore for a couple of reasons, because of my belief and because of the world and what happens in some of those places. and I just don't want to be in those places. So where everybody is, I am not. My niece always tells me that my husband's not going to come deliver my mail or whatever. That's what she always said. You got to come out the house. And I just don't. And I realized that if I was actively in a search, I would need to come out, but I don't. And I think for me, it's because Pam was saying, my priorities have changed. My children are grown. I work a job. I have other things that I'm doing, and I'm just focused on those things. And so, I always say that if God sends him, he's going to have to interrupt my life because I'm not slowing down enough for him to find me. I'm just kind of like running out there. And, Jesus has been just like the best boyfriend I think I've ever had. And, like she said, Pam was, I don't answer to anybody. I don't have to tell somebody what time I'm coming home. I mean, my bed looks like I want it to look, I always look good when I go out. I'm going to do that. That's me. But I just, it's just different for me. I'm just not, it's not the same. And then when I do meet guys at this stage of the game, and I ain't even gonna say outside the church, because like I said, everybody in the church ain't living like they're supposed to either. But, their expectation is something I'm not willing to give either, because they tell you, oh, we're old. You might, what you saving it for, girl? We old now. Let's go on and jump. I'm not going to live with you at 60. I wasn't willing to live with you at 30. So, I mean, I think it's probably just as hard for a younger person in this stage of the game as well as an older person who has finished or stopped doing the things they used to do. For me, I wouldn't say it's hard. It's just I don't think I'm looking hard as I was when I was young. I'm not really looking at this point. So,
Yeah.
I need the Lord to speak to me. I just, Lord is God. I'm good. I'm good.
The word says,
I'm good.
The word says a man findeth a good thing. So
we don't look. You're going to look for me because I'm hidden. I'm in the house.
Right. That's what I tell my daughter. I said, a man finds you, you don't find him.
That's right.
I'm not saying you go looking for it and he go looking for you. When it's everybody have a season and God's gonna bring them in due time. It may be years from now. It may be God knows what he's doing. Like my aunt used to say, stay out God's business. So right now I'm like, Jacqueline, I'm content. I'm at peace. If someone comes in my life, that will be a plus. If not, I'm at the age that I'm just enjoying focusing and enjoying just my life. Put the key to the door. I don't have to worry about, oh, I got to find out what I'm going to wear for this date. Then when you go on a date, the conversation, these men, challenge me. You're talking about nonsense. A lot of them talk about nonsense. It's not even worth me putting on my heels, getting my hair done. And then you'd be so mad. You could have said, I could have stayed home and paid for my own meal. Because I want somebody to have they can hold for me a good conversation. I'm not talking about by biblical wise. I'm talking about just a decent conversation outside the bedroom where we can really get deeper and know our inner thoughts. First date should be very light, but they don't keep it light. They just want to go to third base. And you're like, wait a minute, I don't even know your name, your real name. I just think they just it's because you know what, you know how they tell you your name is Bob, his name is actually John when you see it on Facebook. It's just the games that they play these days. It's just some of these women make it easy and some of these women don't make it hard enough. That's what I told my daughter. I'm not saying they gotta run till they like they're running a race, but I'm saying you are a catch. God's word is real. If he says a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. I'm not saying you want to get married, but you are a good thing. He's saying us women are a good thing. You are the prize. So hold yourself and your pride, your dignity, fix your crown. You deserve it. You deserve more than, oh, you want to go out to dinner. Sir, you plan it. You call me. Don't text me. Have a conversation, but let's talk before we just go out to dinner. Jacqueline, I know I'm speaking your story because all they want to do is hide behind. They can text you all day, but can't pick up the phone. And
your voice, like,
yeah,
right.
That's the young
and then they
generation.
get scared, but you want to sit down and talk to me? God. No, we're gonna talk right now on the phone. I want to know what triggers you. I don't want to get to the restaurant and something triggers you. I need to know this way before because things happen like this. I need to know. That's why conversation is very important on the phone. Let me hear your voice. Let you hear my voice. That's how I get to know you. I can't know who you are behind a text message. Anybody can say smooth words, baby. I'm thinking about you. You can text back, I'm thinking about you too. None of that could be true. It may be true, but it's thoughtless. It's no emotion behind text message. I want to hear your voice and get to really know who you are. There's no talking on the phone anymore. There's no FaceTime anymore. It's all text message, working. Everybody works, but you have time to pick up the phone and talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Get to know me versus you using letters and you spelling the words wrong. I need to because I already know you lazy. Talk about W-I. Know what does that mean? You just gonna spell it out. What are you doing? You're gonna call and ask me. Let's go out. Did you eat today? Would you like to go out to have coffee? Why we have to go out at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night? I'm asleep. I gotta work in the morning. Let's have a brunch. Let's do something. Y'all think I'm a comedian. I'm so serious. Let's do something light when I first meet you. Let's go to coffee shop. You don't like coffee? Okay, let's do tea. Let's go to the park. It don't have to be spending a whole lot of money. This is just something. I just met you. You just met me. We're gonna do it light. Let's do something real light. It doesn't have to be a dinner, roof Chris. It doesn't have to be all of that because I just met you. I may not even like you. The conversation may be so boring. I might go to the restroom and just leave. I'm not that type of woman. I'm not that type of woman, Miss Jackie. I pay my bill. Look, I meet the right. I just had a salad, $20. Here you go. There's your tip. Sir, don't call me. Don't you call me because you know you don't wasting my time, my brain cells, and I was ready to have a good conversation. I could be home watching some TDJs. What in the world going on?
Yeah.
So that's just my take on it. If you're gonna take a woman out, make sure if you don't know how to have a conversation, there's YouTube, there's Google, there's open up a Bible. I mean, you better ask one of your homeboys because they don't know how to talk anymore. Oh, I like her. Okay, if you like me, you be a man enough to say, hey, not pretty lady or nice lady. I would like to know who you are. Or do you? Not behind no text message, you don't. You want to know? Let's talk about it. You can know who I am, and I would like to know who you are, but don't hide behind a text message. No.
That's good.
No.
Mr. Miller, what did you say? You said that's the younger ones?
Yeah, the younger generation, that's what they live by. It's text messages because they're different. They're just different.
The older ones do too. You'll be surprised. The older ones do too. I'm like, who taught you how to text? Yeah, the older ones too. Yeah, they know.
Okay.
It's a new thing.
It's a new thing. Yeah. But and it's interesting, Pam, that you were talking about, conversation, because one of the things that when I was listening to some, messages about relationships and stuff like that, one of the things that I think it was TD Jakes, he said that you need to broaden, exercise your mind, in other words. And he was like, if you don't know anything about finance, read a little something about finance, read something about politics, find out something new. Like if you've never been interested in finance, it's nice to find out a little bit about finance. So you'll have something to talk about. Like you said, when you go out, other than, what color you like or that's what the conversation when we had the last interview, what you like to do. I don't know what you like.
The basic stuff. What do you like to eat? I mean, anything.
Yeah.
That's nothing. That's a no-brainer. I have to eat. Yeah. So you taking me, I'm going to eat it. But let's go. Jackie, stop laughing at me. But let's go deeper than eating.
That's my sister.
But I remember, Rain, you got to share. She has this thing about the time won't answer her phone. And I remember when she first said that, I was thinking to myself, I was like, okay, well, you can answer the phone. That might be but what were you saying about your timing?
First of all, let me say, when we were growing up, we had a time where we had to put our phones away anyway.
All right now. Come on now.
It kind of just carried on. So at like 9 o'clock, I know it's kind of early. Unless we have plans like a Friday or Saturday, right? But during the week, I get up so early for work and have like long days. So at 9, I shut everything off. I do like my nightly routine, and then have that time for myself before I go to bed.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but and it's not. Don't call me after 9 o'clock. It's not like that. I'm not available.
No.
So it's off.
Gotta go to bed. Gotta work.
Yeah, I'm not rude about it.
My sleep.
Start when we were growing up. So
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, see, that's different. And he can just let her know meeting early on. I go to bed early. So if you want to talk to me, these are my hours, just like business hours. Before 9 o'clock, you'll catch me
She
before
said
I
she
go to
could get
bed.
to
If you want to
business.
have a
They
Jacqueline, I
Somebody
sure
was
do.
saying they
These are my
support that.
business
Yeah.
hours.
they respect
If you want to,
say,
Yeah.
I called you, and I'm like, yeah, I usually turn everything off at 9. Like, oh, that's cool. You
Yeah.
know, it's
and that's the time they want to call you at 9. Really? You
Mm-hmm.
didn't really want to talk to me. Then you tell them at 9 they're gonna
So
call
they
you
got
at 9.
voicemail.
Oh, I
They got
tried to reach you.
Mm-hmm.
No, you didn't try to reach me. Then I text you. Okay, but I go to bed at 9. So what's wrong with 8? 8:30, maybe
I
just
was
have a
you
small
said,
conversation. How was your day? Just wanted to wish you a blessed night and good night. That's it. That takes 2 minutes.
and I
yeah.
And
actually
you heard
said,
each other and you heard each other voice versus text message. Oh, he wasting my time. You just put that phone, turn it off and be like, yeah, whatever. You don't deserve a response. Because you didn't think highly enough of me just to say, hey, hope you had a good day. Just wanted to check on you. Have a good night.
Here's what
Simple.
somebody said. What is that? I'm gonna start this 9 p.m. DND. I know that's
That's
right.
right.
Do not
That's right.
disturb. Okay.
That's
So what
right.
are
Whoever
your
said that in the comment.
yeah? What are your future relationship goals? And are you open? I think somebody did say something about this. Are you open to trying something different to get the commitment you desire? If you desire a commitment. So what are your future relationship goals? Anybody?
Go, Miss Jackie.
First moves or
I I
thing.
mean, I just plan on living. And it's so funny because, I get all kinds of prophetic words about a husband all the time. I just got one recently about that somebody came and they asked me and said, God wants to know, do you want to get married? He wants to know. And I was laughing because I said, I guess if God sends him. And I said, because I said I didn't want the counterfeit. I don't want to play game. I don't want to bother or spend my time doing something that is not going to be what I desire. I'm not 20 anymore. I know God has promised me a long life, and I'm not saying I'm going to die, but I just, I don't have a lot of time for games. I don't have the tolerance for games anymore.
That's it.
So,
Okay.
and people are always saying, I'm like, I guess I'm sick of people telling me that, and I'm open to relationship. Like I said, I'm not someone who has not been in a relationship. I'm probably ashamed to say how many relationships I've been in, but I'm just saying that I want to be married if the Lord sends him. And I want God, honestly, I want God to let me know that, yes, ma'am, this is he. Because I just don't,
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm against, I'm not, I love men. I love the companionship. I love, like, even though I didn't stay with my ex-husband, I did like the companionship, the knowing that someone was going to be there when I came home, those kinds of things. And I see relationship or marriages from other people, and I admire and love seeing the relationships of my friends that have loved for a long time, and they've had hard times and they've had good times and they've gone through. And those are the things I want to experience because I never had that. I didn't have the long-term kind of thing because I was only married 5 years, and I've not been married. I've been divorced since 1993, separated since 1986. So it's been a long time. So I've experienced relationships, but not marriage. So my desire, if I get married, is to have a godly marriage where we have problems, but we pray about it. We realize it's not, love is not like on TV where you're gonna have butterflies all the time, that you're gonna be angry sometime, but we're not gonna walk away because we're committed to working it out. And that, I don't run to someone else and I don't run away. I might go to the next room, but I'm gonna stay because I love you. And that's what I want. And so if the Lord is willing, if that's what he wants from me, then I'm open to it. I'm just not looking. I'm not searching. I'm unwilling to compromise anymore. I realize that I don't have to show you the color of my underwear or pull them down to know whether or not you want to be with me, because that's after marriage. I need to know what you're going to do for me the other 23 hours and 57 seconds of the day beside the 3 seconds you want to give me in the bedroom. What can you do for me standing up? That's what I want to know, because everybody can lay down. But
That's
what can you
right.
do for me? That's what I'm interested in, because we're going to be up more than we down.
Mhm.
Because at my age, you ain't going to be bringing too much of that, period. So, I'm just saying. But
That's
I'm
good.
open. I'm
Amen
open.
on
I
it.
just want to, to grow old with someone who loves God. And because he loves God, he knows how to love me. And I
I
will,
like
vow to give him the same thing. But if it doesn't come, me and God are just good. We good. We doing, it's so wonderful. We good.
Mhm.
I got plenty of money, plenty of time. I'm good. I'm good. So,
That's
you know,
good.
that's just me. Yeah.
Right. Oh, who was taking them?
I'll
Go
go.
ahead.
Oh no, Rain.
Oh, you want to go, Pam?
Go ahead, Ray.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
Pam.
So, relationship goals. I definitely, I want to go to church together. That's a thing for me. And then we have a lot of family gatherings, like holidays, celebrations, anything, any kind of achievement that happens in our family. We all go to Granny's house and celebrate. So I want to be able to go to stuff like that with my husband. And then I love adventuring, exploring, traveling, not too far. Like I like finding local spots and hiking. So I want to be able to go on hikes together as a family. Those are kind of my two major things.
That's good. That's good. All right. Pamela.
Me next.
I'm gonna cut you.
So
But go ahead. We got 15 minutes. No, go ahead.
okay, I can do it in 5. A God-fearing man, honest, open, respectful, great communicator, consistent, kind-hearted, somebody that can take care. If God takes care of him, he will take care of my heart. Someone oh, so many wonderful things I want to say. Just kind, just peace. What somebody that's gonna bring peace to my life, because I want to bring peace to his life. I want us to, you know, it's not gonna always be peaceful. It's gonna be every now and then we're gonna have some oops, but we'll be able to go to that altar and kneel down on our knees, and we're gonna give it to God, and God gonna do what He do and fix it. Versus us arguing and fussing. I don't want the argument. I mean, just disagreement with somebody who has their finances in order. He has to be able to be good with money, because there's a lot of people that has money, they waste money. I want him to be able to have money so we can grow. If it's a business, whatever God wants us to do, we can do it. We can take on the world. That's it. Somebody loving and kind, spiritual, and that's it. Fun,
Okay. All right.
fun.
Fun. Okay.
And
Yeah.
I am willing to like change to get the kind of commitment I want. I think that was the second part of the question. Yeah. So I'm open to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm open to.
Mhm.
Open.
Open. Okay. Yeah.
I think I might be
Anybody?
open. No, I'm just kidding. I'm open.
Yeah.
Jackal.
Because I was like, like first move. I don't know if you all. What is her name? Oh, Tabitha Brown. I like her story. Part of what she
Yeah.
talks about with her, how she allowed, because people, were really on her because she wanted her husband to come home after she, got to where she wanted to be. Then she said, "You can come home," and because I know he had a career, something that he wanted to pursue as well. And so I think, I think that's good, because sometimes he may have all the qualities, but maybe he's not really found. He hasn't gotten the break yet. Let me say that. But he's not just waiting for it. He's out there hustling for it too.
Right.
I think that's the difference. Yeah.
Yeah. That was good.
That's good. Yeah. So anybody dating, what do y'all think about the dating? What is that? Those Christian dating sites? Mingle.
Tried it, didn't work.
Okay.
For me, it didn't work. Maybe I didn't give it enough time. And then I'm telling you, when your life is so busy, I didn't even have time. I'm like, you know what? I'm just I felt I was wasting my time. So I just got off of it. I was like, no, Pam, God is gonna do it the old fashioned way. Maybe he will, maybe he not. I can't speak for God, but I'm hoping that it does go that way, that we can meet somewhere, cross paths versus me. There's nothing wrong, because there's a lot of people that use their data sites, they're married, they have kids, but I just got off of it because I didn't see where it was going with me. That's just my personal opinion for me.
Okay. All right, Rebecca, what was you going to say?
No, I always feel weird about it because I feel like I'm trying to help God find my man. If that I don't know if that sounds weird.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You're freezing.
Oh, sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, it was going out. Yeah. You're frozen. Oh, man. We can't hear you.
Yeah, it looked like she went outside and now.
Yeah, it's frozen or something. I don't know.
Yeah, she'll come back.
Yeah, she'll come back. But I heard the part where, she was saying she felt like she was trying to help God find her man. But okay. All right. I understand that. Okay, so hopefully she'll she'll come back. But so let's go. One of the things that I heard TD Jakes share with singles was that single people should deepen their relationship with God. And he said, what is it? Oh, so what would you say are the benefits of deepening your relationship? Because he was saying relationship skills are critical for single people. So if you get your relationship skills down with God, then that should help you in your dating process.
Yeah.
I
I believe you would have better discernment as far as when he comes along. I believe you would see things more clearly versus looking at things blindfold, like with rose-colored glasses. You don't look at the outside and like, oh, he's the one, and you haven't even talked to him. So just that discernment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that too, because I feel like when I was young, I was, you know how you think you know who you are when you're young and you really don't. I mean, you're growing up, you're coming into it, and I just believe that God is the mirror, and that if we spend time, looking into the mirror or the God's word and allow Him to make our path clear, our purpose clear. To kind of heal the parts of us that are broken, because we all experience things without knowing it when we're young, and you can only see through the glasses that you're given, that you're living in. And as you look in the word and allow God to heal. If I had known probably the things I know now when I was younger, I would have done things differently in some of my relationships. But it took me really getting with God and learning about how I was broken so that I could love someone else as a whole person. I wasn't whole in a lot of things, and only God could make me whole. No person can make me whole. And so I had to make a lot of mistakes and treat people badly and let people treat me badly before I saw what God was saying in His word. And once I learned those things through the mirror that God's word presented to me, then I know what I want and what I don't. I know what I'm willing to accept. I know who I am. I know that I am the diamond that not everybody can afford, that I am the jewel. I know that, everybody can't afford me, and that's fine. And that I don't lower my price because you can't buy me. It just means you're not meant to have me. So I'm okay with being on the shelf until the person who has the right pocketbook comes. That's just where I'm going to be till you come. And if you never come, then the jeweler is going to take care of me the entire time.
I like that.
I'm okay with that, but it took a long time for me to know. So I agree that, you need to spend your time knowing who He is so He can tell you who you are. So you can present yourself to the person who comes for you. And if we don't, we're gonna lower our standards. We're gonna accept stuff that we should, because we just don't know. Not saying it ain't part of our process, because we all have process. Right. But you just do it faster and better if you let God process you. I try to process myself in my relationship. So I agree with his, his thoughts about that.
I like
very good, because I agree, because you can see it more clearer. It's more clearer and it's solid. Yeah. You don't have to question it. You don't have to be confused about it. God give it to you. It's just clear as water. And you're going to know. There's no confusion. Yeah. I'm going back and forth, weighing in your spirit. Your spirit's going to be content, because once God put it there, it's there. But you got to have them, like you said, study that word, get deep, deep, deep down. And when that right one come, or if the one come, you're going to know, no, you ain't there. God didn't, my spirit don't even feel right. The energy, you're going to know. You know, certain people, when they come around your presence, you're like, I'm not going to discredit you, but I know it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. So let me get Becky back in. That's good. Okay.
There she is.
There she is. Okay. Yeah. Okay. One of the other things that I hear, somebody said the waiting season you're in is not punishment, but protection. I thought that was good. It's not.
That's a true statement.
Protection. Yeah. Here's another statement, so y'all can tell me. We got a few more minutes. Boy, okay, tell me what y'all think about this. This is some statements that I read when I started looking about relationships and stuff like that. One of the statements was, boys shack, men build homes.
There's a lot of boys in the world.
Look, boys and girls shack. Men and women build houses.
Men and women build homes.
They don't shack alone.
That's good. Yeah.
They don't shack alone.
All right. Married men and women build houses.
Yeah, I'm like, what the world?
Yeah. Okay. What was this? Something else I saw that I wanted to. Okay. Part of the dating period is actually to discern if this person is actually for you or not. I think that's what Pamela was saying. So when you're dating somebody, it doesn't just because I'm dating you, we're going out. That doesn't mean I think you're the right one.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So sometimes I'm just checking you out. We think that it's always
Right.
them, you know, we want them to accept us, but it goes both ways.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
I think as soon as you know that that's not the right one, I think you need to keep on moving.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, because some women waste too much time. I just want to see 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you end up in a situation.
Mm-hmm.
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 Sometimes that happens because you realize I really don't want to lose him, but you just met him, so you really don't got him. But you want to keep. There's nothing wrong with giving him a couple, chances. But I always said the red flags. If you take off your blindfold, are right there.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you don't have to the microscope it.
Yeah.
You don't even have to say anything. Just watch.
Mm-hmm.
Just watch. You're gonna know from 1 or 2 days the red flags are there. But some women don't want to wait. Oh, I want a man. I want a man. I want a man. Oh, forget that
That's
because
right.
you're missing all the red flags because all you want to see, you see your girlfriends in a relationship. You don't know if your girlfriends are happy or not. You just know they
Yeah.
have someone.
Mm-hmm.
But that someone is not how you know God is not preparing preparing the right one for you. Just be obedient and wait.
Yeah.
It's nothing wrong with waiting. If you
Mm-hmm.
get so focused on doing other things, go volunteer, go see your grandkids, or go to the park. There's so
Mm-hmm.
many. Go to the gym. There's so many other things you can distract yourself. Get to reading and challenge yourself. Versus, oh, that man look cute. I want him. He may not. No, I'm
Yeah.
not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but just give it God time to work on your love story before
That's
you
good.
try to work on it yourself, and then it doesn't work, and then
That's
you get mad and say, "Well, God, why?" God said, you have a choice.
mm-hmm.
You chose to see that man was fine. Yeah, he looks good driving all of that. What is that? That's not nothing if God's not in it. If God ain't in
Mm-hmm.
the presence and in the midst, that's just material things because you have it and it's gone. And what you have wasted 5 years and now you back with starting over and praying again.
Yeah.
Wait. There's a season,
Yes.
there's a waiting season. God
Mm-hmm.
knows what He is doing. If we can just be obedient. I know it's hard. It's hard for me. But when
Mm-hmm.
I see men, Jacqueline, I'd be looking, I'm like, oh, he look cute, and I just keep on driving, going to the gas station, pump my gas. It doesn't excite me anymore because I know God has the perfect love story, and I want him to do his work. And
Yeah.
while he's sitting there writing that novel for me, it's gonna be what I need. So I'm gonna
Okay.
just wait until
Bestseller. All right.
yeah,
That's
it's gonna be
good.
the bestseller because he's the best love story writer. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna just give it to him and let him do him and let me step back and say, Lord, I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna patiently wait. I've been waiting this long. You
That's
wait on
good.
drive through Chick-fil-A, you wait for that food, don't you? You mean to tell me you can't wait for no man?
Now
Chick-fil-A
Something ain't
fast,
right.
Pam. Pam,
so
Chick-fil-A
yeah.
Yeah,
fast.
yeah, that's the that
Chick-fil-A
is
I
Chick-fil-A
super
fast.
fast.
look,
They
Yeah.
slow. They
look,
slow.
Jacqueline,
You see
Chick-fil-A
McDonald's and Wendy's
5
and stuff
minutes,
like that.
10
That
minutes.
Chick
We gonna
Chick-fil-A,
stand on
Chick-fil-A is fast now. They
We
fast.
gonna stand on that line. You wait at the restaurant. You gonna stand on Applebee's, Ruth Chris. We gonna our feet
Jacqueline
gonna
is
hurt. We
funny.
gonna stand to get some milk. We gonna wait on the man because God got something for each and every one of us. We don't have to give up. We don't have to worry about somebody else's relationship. Somebody else is married. God got something for each and every one of us, ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And if we let Him write the story, the next podcast we gonna have, I'm engaged. Oh, I just got married. God sent me my husband. If we
All
just
right,
be
y'all.
obedient and
We're gonna
wait,
have
I'm
yep, that's
preaching the
good.
word. I
You
am waiting.
preaching. All right, good.
I've
Now
been
listen,
waiting this long. I'm gonna sit back and wait. My man right there,
he
he's sitting
coming,
up there.
girl. He
He
coming.
he on his knees praying for me, just like I'm on my knees praying for him.
All
God
right.
just said it's not your time for y'all to meet yet. We might be crossing paths every day and not know it.
That's
God
good.
said it's not time. And
That's
I
good.
said, okay, God, you know when it's time, but don't let it be too long. As I did tell him, I said, Lord, just
Okay.
hurry it up just a little bit. Just a little bit, Lord. I
All
don't
right.
mean to
So,
rush it,
ladies,
but
it's 7:29. It is seven. Let's see. Somebody said, if it's God's will for you to be married. Yeah. Okay. If it's God's will. Okay. So it's 7:29. This has been a very fun, very
yes.
exciting conversation. I appreciate you all spending your time with me. Um, so I was gonna try to put something at the end of this, but I knew this was gonna go to 7:30. So I do have this. Y'all got. I'm gonna put the link to my YouTube. I interviewed a couple. It is the cutest. I'm telling you, y'all gotta watch it. It's really. It just inspires. It's very encouraging. It's a young couple, very inspiring. It's just the cutest interview. So I'm gonna put the link in there so y'all can watch that. As a matter of fact, let me see. Yeah, if I can. I don't know if I can even get their picture. You can see how. I don't know if this will go over. I know I would have to take everybody out. But so when we get, I'm gonna take everybody out and y'all will see them. But I appreciate everybody, and this has been very, very good. Thank you so much for all the different viewpoints and opinions, and I appreciate y'all.
And we're gonna do this again because it's well needed and things changes all the time. We gotta give you updates.
So wait, this is part 2. So from part 1 to part 2, we're gonna see what happens, as we go about this year, waiting on God and trusting Him and all of that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna let y'all go because we've been on an hour. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank you so much.
All right. Nice to meet you, ladies. Have a blessed night.
Have a blessed night.
Have a blessed night.
Mm-hmm.